Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here. You guys, we had the best live chat. I don't know what day this is going up. It was on Tuesday. We did the live chat and had the best time. Got to an interesting conversation. We ended up talking for like 3 hours, but got to an interesting conversation about why they're being unusually quiet about Hank and Skank and what's going on there and what my predictions are for what they'll do next and just some interesting topics like that I thought you guys might like to hear that didn't go back and watch the live chat. So here's this section right here. You'll hear me read out people's questions and answer them in real time. So that's why it sounds a little different, flows a little different, but I hope you enjoy this. Let's get into this. Thanks for being here. Honk honk, everybody. Yeah, also during the live chat, it was on Catherine, Princess of Wales' birthday. So we had pictures of Catherine in the background. That's why the pictures will all be of Catherine. Enjoy that. Much, much more fun to look at. But why they don't make sense with what we're talking about. All right, here we go. We'll talk about it and then we'll go back to Catherine. How about that? But what the heck is going on with the grifters? They're being weirdly quiet. And I thought for sure, as people are saying in the comments here, that we would get a parking lot walk. I'm surprised we didn't. The other thing I thought was last night we would have like a look at us on date night, a rare night out without the kids, which I'm laughing as I say that because that's their favorite thing to say something like that, but they're never with the kids. So there's that. But I thought for sure we'd get a rare date night, you know what I mean? So they could get their photos out and then that would be what people are talking about, anything to try to overshadow, but they're being unusually quiet. And that kind of weirds me out a little bit because I figured, well, they got something up their sleeve. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, some people were saying the same thing in chat that I was thinking. It is only 2:15 in California, so it's not even. I was going to say the night is young. But it's not even nighttime there yet. So there is a possibility. Trying to think. I don't want to talk about things too soon, but wasn't there potential big catastrophic news involving them that may be on the horizon? If something, and we have no clue on this, is pure speculation, but if something truly bad is about to come out involving those two, the fact that they've been quiet so long must mean it's a bomb.
So what Jay's talking about, I actually talk about it. I think it's in tomorrow's video. I can't remember. I'm getting my days confused. Lady C is teasing in the spring. We're getting some big news. She keeps saying it's going to be like a game changer, huge news on the car parkles. So I'm very curious what we're talking about there. Going back on the original, you're saying it's to something in California. I agree, but where, England's 5 hours ahead, or they're 5 hours ahead of us, I would think that they would have done it last night to overshadow her day. As, Catherine, Princess of Wales, her day is at like 10 something right now. So, yeah, I'm curious. People are speculating what Lady C is saying. Yeah, so Snark Bark Hark, first of all, thanks for being here. Second of all, says, yes, Lady C. She said it again on GBN yesterday. I saw the same thing. So I reference it. I believe it's in tomorrow's video about something big is coming, and she said it'll surprise us all, and she said she knows the source and couldn't elaborate further. So I'm like, ooh, I need to know what we're talking about. People are speculating if it's gonna have to do with allegedly paying bots, because a lot of stuff's going on with these bot accounts, and then others are pointing out that they're becoming smaller and smaller, the bot accounts, like maybe they're not being paid anymore or things are trying to be hidden, don't know. So people are speculating it's something to do with that. Others are speculating it has to do with the royal website, but I don't think that would be the tea that Lady C is talking about. I'm not sure, but I am very curious. A lot of people are saying she probably would have done some sort of pap walk, but complete humiliation from the Golden Globes. So, yeah, I tend to wonder that too, but that's never stopped her before. I will never not bring up the walking around a parking lot selling stickers of it all, right? I mean, I don't think you could sink much lower than that, and yet here we are. She's now putting out these stories, Meghan, allegedly behind the scenes, that she was busy that day and couldn't go to the Golden Globes and Other people are like, she's never been too busy for anything, like she was at a ribbon cutting where she didn't actually cut the ribbon. She's not too busy to go to an opening of an envelope. So she's not too busy for the Golden Globes. There's no way she would have been there if she'd been invited, in my opinion. I think it was more of a lack of invitation or lack of interest from the general public.
They're definitely laying low for a reason. I mean, for people that do not want privacy and want all the attention of the world, to be this quiet for so long, something's up.
Yeah.
Either they're hoping everybody forgets, which I doubt it's that, or something's about to drop.
If it helps, says Prob's busy going to buy shakes for the kids. That's right, at that burger place. That's right, the burger place that happened to have a photographer perfectly out the window to get pictures of her without any car seats in the car. That's totally a thing that happens with parents, right? Not at all. That tells me everything I need to know right there. Bring on the juicy stuff from the other two, but they're not doing anything juicy at all. I know. Tell me this. How do you think it went down the other night with the Golden Globes? Harry's pouting about that joke about, or no, I think I went into it today. Harry's pouting about the joke about wanting to borrow money from the actress Imelda Stanton that played the Queen on The Crown. So he's probably pouting about that, hoping to sue everybody. And then she's pouting about the whole Suits reunion. So I imagine things are not extremely happy in the Harkle household. What are your thoughts on this? I'm very curious. All right, Snarkbark Harks says, oh, they were there ready for the Netflix after party, probably in a hideously expensive dress. Then the monologue, dun dun dun. Do you think so? I don't even think they're invited to the parties. I looked at the guest list to I think it was the Vanity Fair party. Not on it. Not on it. Hide the crockery. Yes, Lulu's mom, I agree. Jackie says crockery flying in Montecito. I think so too. Lady J says H knows too much and talks too much. Jokes aside, he should run, not walk back to the UK. I know. I wouldn't do that to the people of the UK, but I totally get what you're saying. I wonder if that's where he'll head when things inevitably go south. The Cajun says, I listed 10 reasons why they didn't attend the Golden Globes. Doesn't surprise me that they're both pouting. No parking lot walk today. When is it coming? That's my question too. I'm actually surprised. I feared last night we'd get like a quote unquote date night out of the two of them, hoping to get some attention. Nothing. This might be the longest they've been silent. She went radio silent when he did that Spare tour. It was almost exactly a year ago because they were trying to overshadow Catherine's birthday. But I think she was silent during that part. But this is the longest both of them have been silent since I can remember. Brandy says, oh, the total snub just shows that Hollywood is onto the dastardly duo. I think so too. And honestly, that says something because those are some fickle MFers about Hollywood in general, So it's not that they have any allegiance to anybody. It's usually the highest bidder, right? But yeah, when even Hollywood's like, nah, not interested, then that tells you everything you need to know, I think. Beverly says dishes are flying. I think so too. I mean, I was just thinking, like, is she going to call the cast of Suits theist words she likes to throw around? Lady J says, I really do believe Meghan Markle is dangerous under the surface and would rather be a wealthy widow than a repeat divorcee. I get what you're saying. I think she's so full of herself. I don't think she'd even think twice about being a repeat divorcee. I think she's fine with it because she can still play victim, try to get attention for herself. Like, I feel it in my bones. It's coming that when they do divorce, it'll be like, Harry did nothing to protect me from the royal family and theist words and all. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be, woe is me. I'm the victim here. Harry was... I really think she let him write that stuff about the substances in the book because she knew that it could be used against him later. And then she could say, Harry, he was on all the substances, so he didn't help me. He was busy, doing the things. Marcia says the Meg is persona non grata in Hollywood. She doesn't get invited to an envelopes opening. Elton John himself doesn't invite them to his Oscar party. That is such a good point. Forgot about the Elton John of it all. Wow, that's saying something right there. Yeah. Huh.
Forget the crocodile rock. Show us those crocodile tears.
Oh, no.
Dun 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 dun.
That right there is why I keep you around. Now get on your birthday horse. All right. Big thinker questioner says Skank's book will be about the divorce. I think so too, but I had predicted, and I may be wrong on this, but I predicted 2 books from her. One while they're still together sooner than later, although Endgame flopped so bad that might put her off of it. But I think she thinks she can do no wrong, so maybe she'll still release one anyway. But then I think one will come after the divorce horse trots through town. Can you do that divorce horse noise for me? After the divorce horse trots through town, then she'll write a book of woe is me. He's horrible. He didn't defend me. I was the victim. I'm on my own. You know, all the things she loves to do. David says divorce is a career move for her. I think so too. KT says, did you see yesterday that Harold got snubbed in a Sandringham list? Yes, I did. And I just recorded a video where I talk about that too. I think that's coming. I can't even tell you what day of the week it is. Today's Tuesday, so it'd be Thursday. I think that's on Thursday's video. Yes. Like we share the same brain, KT. You just have it most days. Yes, Steve Shadow says my life is a victim. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, it'll be something very victim-y, like my story, my struggle, something like that. Who knows? I'm sure it is coming. And he says, I still think Meghan is launching Instagram this week. Oh, you think so? What makes you think it's this week, Auntie? And I'm not trying to be contrarian. I'm actually curious what about this week? Why this week? Do you think because it's Catherine Princess of Wales' birthday? Do you think it's to try to garner some attention for herself? I think she likes to talk about doing these things, but I think she's not actually going to do them right now because, again, I point to Endgame and it's abysmal sales and how people roasted it and continue to roast it and not buy it. So I really wonder if it's like she knows, not that she has that much self-awareness, but she knows that seeing in print how bad the numbers to something like that would be. It would be, again, in print, showing that people don't like her and don't like the things she says and does and stuff. I just wonder that makes me think she'll talk about doing it, but she may not actually do it, or she'll put off doing it because who wants those numbers in print, right? You can see how poorly she's doing. So I hope that made sense. Recollections May Vary says, I don't think there has been anyone this globally disliked and mocked since, yeah, and she deserves it. Yeah, I say the same. Honestly, if it was anybody else or any other situation, I probably would feel bad. Like, oh man, they stepped in it. They have the world against them. But these two just keep doing it to themselves, and they just keep going and taking it so far. And then we've had everything from them. We know the interviews, the books, and now we had Endgame. It's all there in print, and it's disgusting to see. And we continue to learn of more. Again, I go back to disgusting behavior, especially toward Catherine, Princess of Wales, and the Queen and stuff. And they brought it on themselves. I don't feel sorry for them. They're in the hell of their own making now, and again, they've brought it on themselves. So
yeah, it's like she loves to point out, like, women empower women, blah blah blah. And then it's like, but only if I get to sit on the top, only if I get to be queen. All you peons get in line.
Yeah, I mean, she literally said things like she's going to, or things were said that allegedly she said she was going to modernize the royal family. It's like, fuck off. Who do you think you are? And now even to this day, through the media and stuff, putting out things like demanding a meeting with the king and stuff. And it's just like, who are you to demand anything from anybody? These people do not owe you anything. I get really heated up and fired up when I see things like that. Like, Meghan is willing to put it all aside. No, you don't get to decide that. You don't get to create this chaos and then demand things out of people or demand that people put things to the side because you have no other options. You are not popular. You are not liked, as seen by the popularity reports and stuff. And you just don't get to demand things out of people. You don't get to be I can't say the word, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to say it. You don't get to be the bad guy. and then demand things out of people. It's not how that works.
Yeah, I'm wrong. Apologize to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's. I guess that's just a. It all goes back to narcissistic behavior, like everybody else's fault. And she she talks about helping people in different ways, but she wants all the benefit.
Okay, here it is. Marsha B says Meghan can't stand women. She looks at women as the enemy. So again, I don't know which video. I'm so confused. I may have put it up in today's video, maybe a different video. I go into this exact thing where that seems to be the case. Recall in see, now I'm confusing. Maybe I think it was Revenge. I love to say it like that. It was brought up that she always had, maybe it was Cordius, I don't remember. She always had basically a woman in her crosshairs. Somebody that she deemed less powerful than her that she could. No, it was in Jason Knopf's bullying report, allegedly. She always had somebody, a woman in her crosshairs that she deemed less powerful than her and that she would take things out on. I mean, again, allegedly, we heard about the teeth throwing incident and stuff. That was at a woman. We've heard a million stories. I mean, Catherine, Princess of Wales, is a great example. Not less powerful than her, but in Meghan's eyes, you know, she deems her as a threat because she's beloved. Talking about Catherine, of course. And so she takes aim at her. She can't stand it. I think it's disgusting. It truly is. I wanted to talk about this. David had made a joke about, I'd said we're probably going to go soon and eat some dinner. And David said something like, nobody eats anymore. Just take Ozempic. Okay. Jay sometimes helps me when I'm like, hey, they haven't really been in the news. Just see if you see any stories on them. So he'll check the news for me sometimes, see if there's anything new on Harry and Meghan. And he saw where people were speculating, allegedly, potentially, they think she'll be coming out. I'm trying to dance around this. You guys will know what I'm talking about. Coming out soon with, oh no, there's an illness there. You know what I mean? It's like a sympathy card. Plus, it would explain the dramatic weight loss of it all. I didn't even think about that coming at from an illness angle. I was thinking more of a look at me, you know, angle and feel sorry for me type situation. You know, again, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I know people do suffer. I don't want to go into the disordered, you know, eating of it all, but I know that was something with Diana. So it wouldn't shock me, is what I'm saying, is if I've said it before, she latches on to something like that so she could get the sympathy, the attention, you know what I mean? And I don't know, trying to hope that people will see her in a more victim-y light. I'm not sure how to say that, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. It brought it up and reminded me, oh yeah, that's something that people are speculating on in some of the chats that Jay had read about them.
Yeah, and it's a perfect shield too. It's like, oh, I have this going on. You can't be mean to me, kind of thing. You know, oh, you're awful. You're bullying somebody that has, you know, this going on, whatever. Although although he's not around to defend himself, Stephen Hawking's proved that that may not be a good thing. But I mean, she's using that as a shield. I think she's painted herself. Well, I mean, allegedly. I mean, this is just speculation. Nobody knows. I mean, maybe our opinion. Maybe nothing will come out. Maybe some freaking IRS bombs will come out, and that's what the real news is. Maybe. But I mean, she's been so terrible to everybody. She's totally ostracized herself and backed into a corner. I mean, like, what's left to do? I mean, it seems to be the Hail Mary, like, oh, I have something bad going on. Leave me alone. So that's basically the gist of that.
Now, going back to what you're saying, I wanted to read Lady J's comment that says, I think she'll play it as I don't think I can say those words, disordered, you know what I'm talking about? A Diana type situation, and extreme emotional stress from being, quote, not protected. Ding, ding, ding. That is exactly where I was going with that. I think that should be the name of her book, Not Protected, because that's her. I think that'll be her go-to thing is, Harry didn't protect me. I was all by myself. You know, I was fed to the, what did she say? Thrown to the wolves, whatever it was. Fed to the wolves. It'll be something like that. And look, couldn't you see? I didn't even look like myself. I was struggling, you know. I think it's all part of the master plan. I truly do, and it'll help her sell more books. I don't know. KT says Meg should get a victim award. I think so too. Venus says yes, Jen been predicting that for a long time myself. I feel it. Janice says I think she uses let's see. I think if she uses that, nobody is going to buy it because they will know she's trying to be Diana. I think so too. I mean, again, I don't want to get dark or go too deep into this and I got to dance around this, but again, think about what we know about Diana and the stairs, and then Meghan comes out with a similar story when she's, pregnant, or when she was expecting, whatever you believe was happening under that dress, that's up to you. But when they were expecting, she comes out with a similar story of, having same thoughts. And I'm just like, no, it's just using Diana again. It's just weird.